And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the classics. Perhaps the most famous classic in all the world of music. Music.
Man, listen, right there, ladies and gentlemen, was a segue of all segues. That right there was a live performance from my man who's on screen right now when he visited the legendary Funk Master Flex, and he just did what he did. I love how he scratched it up to the horn break of one of the illest beat breaks in all of cultured music that we know today. And my man is here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rap Sheet Podcast, where creatives and culture meet. Season 5 is here. This is episode 2. Big ups to our Eternia, who visited us just a couple of weeks back, representing Canada. If you don't know about Eternia, you really need to get up on your game. That's one of the most powerful voices in the game today, and she's definitely doing her thing. Big ups to Mr. Lift as well. That's my brother. And now we're going to take a trip to New York City with one of the, like I said, this man has done literally it all. I mean, I could run down the names of people he's worked with, done stuff with, but we're going to let him tell his story. But man, when it comes to DJing, producing, live events, radio, anything and anything, this man has been there and he has done that. And I'm glad he's taking time out of his busy schedule to chop it up with us. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, he did go by another name, but we ain't going to talk about all that. But if you're a historian, you know the time, you know what time of day it really is. But he is here, shining bright like a diamond. This is the artist of all artists, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, Diamond the artist is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. AKA the DTA Experience.
Experience. Listen. Oh, there you go.
Came with my own drop.
Hold on.
DTA is in the building.
All right, now there we go.
There you go.
That's the radio. That's the radio guy in me. I can't help it.
It is such an honor and a privilege to have you here. Thank you so much. You're a very busy man of late, from Rock the Bells radio to appearances to everything under the sun. And I'm truly glad that you are here and taking time with us. First of all, how's your 2025 going so far? Let's start there.
Hey, man, I keep waking up every morning, so I can't complain. I have no complaints, man. You know what I'm saying? When I see people out here, you know, with 2 arms and 2 legs, you know, eyes and nose and ears that all and limbs that work properly and complaining, I'm like, come on, man. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. No complaints.
So for those that don't know who Diamond the artist is, let's start from the very beginning. How did you and DJing become the perfect marriage?
I owe that to my older brothers. One, my brother DJ Greg G, who's here with us, and then my brother who's resting in peace, the original DJ Maniac from Brooklyn, New York. Those guys, you know, were my inspiration. So, long story short, I was the mistake baby, if you want to put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, because my brothers were like 10 years older than me. So I really wasn't supposed to happen. But, you know, I don't know. You know, when the Henny's in the system, ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying? Parents got a little frisky one night and, hey, your boy DTA popped out. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was cool, though, having like older brothers. You know, I was born in Brooklyn. So I lived like the first 9 years of my life in Bushwick, Brooklyn. So it was cool having older brothers on the block who was popping. You know what I'm saying? They was popping. So I got to do a lot of popping stuff as a little kid. And, you know, when I was 5 or 6, they bought turntables.
Oh,
And
wow.
they wanted to become DJ. They didn't know how to DJ, but you know, it was just a thing. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was doing it. So they bought turntables and a mixer, and you know, they set it up, and you know, they tried to get into the DJ game. So I'm the little brother always trying to be down with them. So I'm just watching what they're doing. They wouldn't let me get on because I was too young and I probably break the needles, which I did. I broke some needles. I'm not gonna lie. But so I would watch them, you know, while they was practicing and doing what they do. But what they didn't know was that when they would leave to go to school and work or whatever it was, and I was home, I knew how to turn everything on because I watched how they powered everything up. So I would get on a milk crate, I would empty out, you know, a milk crate that didn't have records in it, and I would stand on the milk crate and I would turn on the amplifier, I turn on the mixer, and I turn on the turntables, and I knew how to work the headphones. So in the headphones, I would play the records and try to emulate them with the scratching and all types of stuff. So one day, I don't know. I never really got the whole story, but I don't know if work got rained out or some shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But they left like they normally do, and as soon as they left, I got the milk crate. I got, you know what I'm saying? Got up, put the headphones on. Headphones was bigger than my head, but you know, I'm this little kid and I'm up here. I think I was probably cutting like good times or something, like good times, good, you know, whatever.
Right.
And they circled back because I don't, like I said, they forgot something or whatever, but they said that they watched me probably for about 30 minutes.
Wow.
And I was going ham. And then they finally stopped me, and I thought I was gonna die. You know what I'm saying? When I saw them walk in, I thought I was done. But they was like, nah, keep going. They was like, we heard what you was doing, and you're probably better than both of us. And this was when I was probably like 7 at the time. So from that point on, I was like their little spectacle. You know what I'm saying? I was like the coming attract, the come on, see the little kid that can scratch. You know, I was that guy. So my original name, even before the name that you knew me by, my OG name as a little kid I was the original DJ Baby J from Brooklyn. And people know that name, but they didn't know that I was that kid. So they would take me to the block parties. You know what I'm saying? Like I would, you know, and at the block parties, I get my little 2-3 minutes and go ham, and people would be like, yo, oh, look at this kid, yo, he's crazy. So I was one of the original kids that was amazing people on the turntable. So that's how I got my original inspiration, you know, growing up with my brothers.
Wow. So kudos to the brothers for not even knowing the homegrown talent that was right in the same household, and look where you are today. So you went from Brooklyn. So you went from Brooklyn to Brentwood, if the story is correct. And
that is absolutely correct. Yep.
So what made you leave Brooklyn to go to Brentwood? Talk about that situation.
It was my parents all day. Something other than DJing that I was pretty good at was fighting. And I was a small guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the biggest guy on the block, but I knew how to handle myself well because the people that I fought every day were my older brothers, and they made sure I knew how to handle myself. So at one point I ended up pretty much fighting half of my neighborhood. So my parents was like, yo, we got to get him out of here before he becomes a statistic. So they moved me out to Long Island basically so I would have a better chance at, you know, living life without having to be in the concrete jungle like that. So, and I'm a huge believer in God. I'm not a religious fanatic by far. I don't believe in any religion, honestly. I'm just a very spiritual person, and I believe everyone should have a personal relationship with the Most High, aka the Creator. And let me tell you how God works. When I moved to Brentwood, Long Island, I thought hip hop was over. Because remember, I'm in one of the boroughs. I'm in Brooklyn.
Right.
Brooklyn is like next to the Bronx when it comes to hip hop, and hip hop was being created. I'm a baby that growing up in this.
Right.
I thought hip hop was over. I mean, my next door neighbors had ducks. I saw deers running around and shit. I was like, oh, this shit is over. It's like I'm gonna have to learn how to play an electric guitar and start listening to AC/DC and play rock music. You know what I'm saying?
This guy.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like it was like that type of thing. But man, let me tell you how God works. I went from the beginnings of hip hop. Hip hop was already a thing when I was born into it, but I'm just saying my beginnings.
Right.
I went from my beginnings into loving this culture to moving away from it, thinking it's over, to actually moving onto the same street with one of the most hip hop individuals that ever existed on planet Earth. He's no longer with us, but while he was with us, he changed lives. He created new sounds. He did things that no other person has done.
I already know who
And
you're talking about, but I'm gonna let
he
you go.
became actually, and yes, and he became a household name globally. Like if you go to Japan, they be like, "Oh, that's him." If you go to Brazil, you know what I'm saying? Wherever you go, they knew this man, and he was one of the greatest ever of all times, and he was one of my biggest mentors. And his name is the Diabolical Biz Marquis. So I'm gonna give a one time for that man,
Yes.
because I'm gonna tell you what it is. This guy, you know, my brothers started me. And my brothers were the fuel to the fire. But if you want to talk about the person that molded me for this game, all day, Biz gets claps from me all day.
Before you continue on, last year I interviewed Master Ace, and he said about Biz that Biz is one of the best mentors that any student could ever have.
Facts.
And I took that wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Pure facts. Pure facts. Biz was everything when it comes to my career. And don't get me wrong, I had some other huge mentors that I'm sure you might know about if you've done your research, and we'll talk about that too. But Biz was the mainstay with me. I knew Biz from 9.5 years old until he passed away.
Wow.
And I mean, I was 9. He was older, of course. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, and Biz was a constant. He never left my life. Like, it was never, oh snap, I haven't seen Biz in 7 years. No, it was never that. No matter what part of the world he was in, no matter what part of the world I was in, somehow we always talked at least once a month.
Okay.
Throughout my entire life of knowing him.
So this was a real brotherhood.
This was a brother. He was my big brother. He's called people on three-way and been like, yo, my little brother, you know what I'm saying? He would call me that, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it became. You know, we became family, you know what I'm saying? And that's how Biz was. Like, if he was in his circle, man, it was the friendship thing, it would go way beyond that. He had a circle of real tight people, you know what I'm saying? Very, very, very tight individuals. So, but like, we never had a falling out. Like, it was never like, look, Biz, you know what I'm saying? It was never that. It just, so I'm just very grateful that, you know, we had the type of relationship that we had. And I'm very thankful for him, because I perform, some say like no other, when I'm on that stage. And I learned all of that from him. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So so I just had to give him those flowers.
What is one lesson that Biz taught you whenever he did that still resonates with you today?
Always carry your food stamps. No, I'm just kidding. No. I say that because yo, the funny thing is though, the real talk, you know, Biz was in the foster care system, you know what I'm saying? And you know, obviously the money wasn't always there, you know what I'm saying? And obviously he became super rich, and then rich became wealthy, you know, Biz was the guy. But no matter how many millions and millions of dollars this guy had, he always kept food stamps in his wallet to remind himself of where he came from.
Where he came from.
You know what I mean? And it's this I guess they have cards now. I never had them, but now it's like a card. But he had the actual paper stamp, and he always kept one in his wallet, because that kept him grounded. And people was like, yo, Biz is the most magical, down-to-earth human being you will ever meet. The guy, everyone knows he's super rich. He walks around with $1 million of jewelry on at any given time, and walks by himself in any hood anywhere, and nobody robs him. And if anybody ever tried to rob him, other robbers stop the robbers from robbing. You'd be like, yo, that's Biz. You can't rob Biz. Yo, come on, son. Stop all that. You ain't robbing Biz. Not while I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that go down. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody loved that man. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. Crazy.
Man. Well, remembered in perfection, the one and only Diabolical Biz Markie, every day, all day. Man.
Facts.
So you're in Brentwood now, and
Yep.
I did as much research as I could on you. I know you had your first pair of tables when you were 8. You met
Facts.
Vince at the age of 9, and then
Yep.
13 is when things started to jump off. So let's talk about the block parties that you did when you were 13.
Mhm.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm 50 years old, so I go back to the days. We had DJ Just, who was a young man. The twins, Samir.
Just was mentoring. Yep. Those are my little princesses, Samir and Kayla.
And DJ Sophia. So you were these youngins before these youngins were these youngins. So,
Absolutely.
Talk about what it was like in Brentwood at the age of 13 doing the block parties, which really made.
Go ahead. When I was like 13, it wasn't really block parties. I was doing the block parties when I was like 7. That was in Brooklyn. But when I was 13, I started DJing the school parties. Like, you know what I'm saying? I started doing the like parties in the school, and then I started, doing people's backyard parties and all of that. And I was making bread at 13. I don't know what I was making, maybe a few $100, you know what I'm saying? But still, for a 13-year-old, that was bread.
Right.
So I was like, yo, man, they're paying me to do what I love. And at 13, I made the realization. I was like, I don't want to do nothing else. I want to do this forever.
Right.
And I literally made that decision. So and the crazy part about it is I've been fortunate to be doing this straight out of high school.
Wow.
Yeah, it'd be like
doing it well too.
Thank you. Yeah, it'd be like a reverse NWA movie, straight out of high school. Crazy named Diamond. No, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like straight out of high school, man. So, and to this day, I'm still relevant. I'm doing it at a high level, and I thank the creator every day for that. And every day. Facts.
So you're doing these high school parties, you're 13 years old, and then you came across two very relevant DJs. One relevant DJ that went by 2 different names that are very historic within the culture. How did you and Kayla Boss meet?
Just through school and just, being around. He's my older brother, you know what I'm saying? I think he was a grade or 2 higher than me, you know what I'm saying? And to this day, he's my big bro. Like we're actually, we formed another crew a few years ago called 3 the Hard Way with me. I'll say his old name, Caleb Boss, who's now known as DJ 45, and the cut lieutenant DJ Ace. You know what I'm saying? We got a crew called 3 the Hard Way. You know what I'm saying?
That guy is bananas. DJ Ace is
bananas, right? Woo. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and my whole crew is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk about my other crew as well, who you, of course, you know what I'm saying? But my secondary crew, 3 the Hard Way, we all crazy with it. You know what I mean?
Insane. So,
and that's another mainstay. I'm just letting you know, like that was childhood friendship to now. We never had a falling out.
Amen. Before we even go on, DJ Ace, man, let's give that man a round of applause, because not only is he a very, very credible DJ, he is one of those police officers that's not shady, not corrupt, not on some stuff like other cops. Yeah. Them out there. He really does his job. But
don't get me wrong. I tried everything. I mean, man, I'm like, yo, Ace, man, we can rob a bank. You can hide that shit. Come on, son. Come on, fam. Ain't nobody ever gonna suspect you, man. Come on. No, I tried to break him. He wouldn't do it. I tried to break him.
For those that don't know, Diamond the Artist is also a comedian on the side, as you can tell.
I have a very big comedy show in New York City. I don't know if you're aware of that, but we could talk about that too as well.
Yeah. Man, is there anything that you haven't done? You MC, you got a comedian, this guy wears many hats, and he wears them all well. But on a more serious note, when you met Kayla Boss, you ended up this laid the foundation for you meeting EPMD. Talk about what it was like meeting Paris Smith and ultimately Eric Sermon.
Actually, that didn't lay the foundation for me meeting EPMD. Actually, I met Eric before I ever met Parrish. I met Eric because Eric used to come to my parties that I was DJing, and he would want to get on the mic. And I didn't really know the guy that well, but back then it was like getting on the mic was like acceptable at a party because that was part of the whole culture coming in with hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
So I seen him at my parties a few times, and one time I let him on the mic, and he killed it. I was like, yo, son. I was like, yo, you want to come? You could come to all my parties and rap. You know what I'm saying? So he used to come to the, like, whoever would book me, to do their parties, whatever. It was all house parties, you know what I'm saying, like backyard parties and all that. And Eric would come and he would just kill it on the mic. So everybody just thought that he was my MC. Like, oh, that's Diamond's MC. That's Eric. He didn't. I don't even know if he went by E-Dub back then. He was just, he was just Eric.
Just
so
spit rhymes.
Yeah, he was just killing it. So at some point, Eric was like, yo, I want you to meet my partner, Parrish. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go make a record. We want you to come in the studio and do the DJing and all that stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. Now you gotta remember that those guys are older than me. You know what I'm saying? So I was the youngin coming in, to a whole thing, but I never been in the studio before. So we went to big up to my man Charlie Murata. We went to Charlie Murata's studio, and this was when he had a studio in his attic over his garage.
Wow.
And I just went in there and I saw the mixing board with all the faders, and I was like, wow, what's that? That's bigger than my mixer. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is all new to me. And then he had the drum, he had the Lin drum. I was like, oh, you could tap on that. That's a kick drum, and there's a snare. I'm like, oh, yo, this is crazy, So we was just mesmerized. Well, me and Eric was probably more mesmerized. Parrish wasn't, because Parrish is actually older than Eric, so he's older than both of us.
Wow.
And Parrish had already been involved with making a record already. His older brothers had a crew. I forgot the name of their crew, but the record that they made was called The Facts of Life, and it was on Tommy Boy Records, and Parrish was their DJ. So I saw there's a picture of Parrish Smith on a record cover holding a turntable. Like, he was the DJ for them. And then, met Eric and was like, yo, this dude Eric is dope. He could really rhyme. And he was like, I can rhyme too. Maybe we should partner up and try to, make a record or whatever. So, and then I became their DJ.
Nice.
So that's how. So I'm EPMD's original DJ. A lot of people don't know that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm their original DJ. But the thing was, though, the local, this was crazy. Like, this was before social media. So back then, we did the singles, It's My Thing, You a Customer, You Got to Chill, Strictly Business. When It's My Thing and You a Customer hit the airwaves, literally within 2 weeks, we were the thing.
Yeah.
EPMD was the like, I don't think it happens like that no more. It takes two, you got to have payola, you got to have algorithms, you got to have everything now. Back then, if they loved you, they just loved you. So within a month of those singles coming out, we were now getting booked for shows. So I'm talking about like Latin Quarters, Union Square, all of these big, gigantic New York City clubs, place tunnel type, places, Palladium. We was doing all of that stuff. What I couldn't do was the tour. Like, while we were doing all of these little spot dates and everyone was loving us, the label set up a whole European tour. Now, the label was Sleeping Bag Records.
Right.
A lot of people don't know Sleeping Bag was a London-based label that just set up shop in New York, but they had all the European connections. So when it was time to go on tour, I was too young.
Oh, man.
I may have been all of 16 at the time. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So the label would have had to pay for a separate chaperone for me, which they was frowning upon. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, they would have had to get my parents' permission for me to leave the country, leave school. And that wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I couldn't do that part, it just made sense to call Caleb Boss.
Right.
Because he was another dope DJ, you know what I'm saying? So, and he was able to go out with them. So that's how Caleb Boss, you see his picture on the album and everything, because he was able to continue with them. And I had to sit on the sidelines because I was too young.
Wow. That's great. What a story, though. Yeah. Age 16, and you were part of what came to be one of the biggest duo movements in all of the culture, EPMD.
Yeah, really age 15.
15.
But I was 16 by the time it came out, and you know what I'm saying? Yep.
So for those that weren't there, what was the recording process for Strictly Business like from your vantage point at that time?
It was pretty normal, but let me
Mhm.
tell you what was abnormal. The very first single, "It's My Thing." Now, a lot of people don't know I DJ'd that record.
Wow.
I'm DJing it live. Just do 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 do, you know, do 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 boom. Of course, I wasn't scratching because I was making it just loop back and forth.
Right.
So Charlie probably recorded me doing that for about a minute to a minute and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did something which was insane because we didn't have samplers and stuff that could loop that long back then. So what
Right.
he did was he took the tape section that he recorded me on and he created a tape loop, but he looped the shit like around the room.
Wow.
Like literally we set up mic stands so the tape could go around it. You know what I'm saying? And it went around the back of a chair, and then it went around the back of one of the speakers, and then it went back into the machine. So
Damn.
it was a literal tape loop. Yo, I can't make this stuff up.
That is
Yeah.
genius. My
So
goodness.
for any DJs out there, see if you can mix without riding the fader. If you can mix "It's My Thing" with another song that's on it that has a metronome, like a computer-based production. You
Mhm.
probably can't because I'm human. It's gonna float in and out. You know what I'm saying? Because
Wow.
humans aren't perfect. Yeah, but
That is insane in the brain. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, we have Diamond the artist here, legendary. Wow, man, he just got jack of all trades. We're gonna really get into it. One of the biggest experiences that I grew up collecting 12 inches, and I wish this brother was still here to just give us more of his insane creativeness, was Craig Mack.
oh yeah, rest in peace, my bro.
Like not a day goes by when I don't play Get Retarded somehow, some way, just to remind me just how ill this person really was before Craig became Craig. As most people know, Flavor in Your Ear.
Right,
He was Flavor in
right.
Your Ear way before that.
Yep.
Talk about the relationship you and Craig had and how Get Retarded came to be.
Well, that was another one. I absolutely had the longest relationship in hip hop with Craig Mack because I met Craig as a little kid. You know, it was like around the same month or a few weeks that I had met Biz. So I was little, like 9 years old. You know what I'm saying, when we met. And Craig, if you know Craig was a pretty big guy, but he wasn't like, he was just big, but he wasn't like a hardcore dude like that, and he would get bullied actually. So the way we really met was I actually beat up a guy that was bullying him, and I was half the guy's size. But again, you know, I was just born with that fighting instinct, and I can't stand bullies. I hate when anybody bullies anybody. I get enraged. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I gave this dude the business, and he never bothered Craig again. And then me and Craig was like the best of friends. You know what I'm saying? And then, so I just so you know, I was there, obviously, before Craig Mack, when before he turned into Craig Mack, when he was MC Easy.
True. Yep. Yeah.
I was there for the process of them recording Project Funk the World. I wasn't there physically, but I was on the phone with them because I was demographically living in Middle America at the time. And we'll talk about why I was out there, you know what I'm saying? But I was still on the phone hearing every session, you know what I'm saying? So I was, and at that time, Caleb Boss, who turned into 4-5, was DJing for Craig.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's all, we all friends and family, you know what I'm saying? So we was all just moving with each other. So I was there for the process of that. After he lost his deal with Bad Boy, after that deal fizzled out or whatever the case may be, I had came back, and this was after I had my first record deal as a solo MC, and that didn't go well. So I got out of that deal, and then Craig signed with a label that I told him not to sign to, but he still signed him anyway, and I ended up being his tour DJ. So after the Bad Boy deal, when he had signed the Scotty Brothers, I was there. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, actually, I don't even know, you might not even know this, but I have Well, me and my partner, shout out to my partner Lenny Ace. We owned a studio together for a long time called BPM Studios. We have Craig Mack's last album. Craig Mack's last recording was recorded in my studio. So understand that from start to finish, I had the longest relationship with in hip hop with Craig Mack. No one had a longer relationship than me and him.
Man, wow.
So that was my guy.
I don't want to sound biased here, so anyone that will be offended by this, please, respect my opinion. I always thought Project Funk the World was better than Ready to Die. I always did.
That's amazing. That's amazing because I didn't. I love
I was
this Biggie dude is bananas. Yo.
I was an MC back then, and I related to more Craig than I did Big because I wasn't a street hustler or anything like that. I was a nerd like probably Craig was.
Right.
So I'm more related to
right.
that. You know, that like I relate more to J. Cole now than I not to disrespect Kendrick. I think Kendrick is very talented and he's gonna be one of the legends if he's not there already. But I related more vocally and lyrically to what J. Cole was talking about more than I did Kendrick. And I felt the same way about Craig Mack and Biggie, but they were the start of the bad boy revolution. So we have to give it up to both of them regardless. But I always loved Craig more than I did Big.
And you're not the first person to say that. I hear that a lot. I do hear that a lot. And I'm like, and I guess, I've heard Craig rhyme since I was a kid. He would rhyme on my doorstep for like 14 hours straight. You know what I'm saying? He was an MC. If you think about his lyrics is like, yo, MCs, you're gonna fall, MCs, you're gonna drown, MCs, you won't be around next year. Yeah, he was a battle rapper. He was an MC's MC. Yeah. So I was Craig Macked out. So when I heard Big, I'm like, yo, who's this? Yo, this dude is I was like, yo, who is this dude? Yo, he was crazy.
Oh man,
but he was crazy with it, man.
Rest in peace to both. Rest in peace to both of them, though, man. Their legacy will forever be New York City, forever just be. Man, thank God for both of what they were able to do, and we wish we could hear more. But we have.
You know what? I'm gonna make sure I play a joint. How is it gonna fit? Yeah. On my Rock the Bells show. I have a show on Rock the Bells called Planet of the Tapes. Shout out to my partner Geechee Dan. We rock 4 times a week, man. But on Tuesday nights we go live. So tonight at the station, this whole month we're doing a whole segment on pimps and players. So
okay,
Craig didn't really make like pimp and player music, but there's a song that they collaborated on with him and Biggie called "Let Me Get Down," and I think G-Dep is on it as well.
Oh wow!
And the beat is it's pimpish. I'm playing that tonight. Okay. I'm playing that tonight. So in honor of this podcast and the inspiration of the talk, I'm playing "Let Me Get Down, boy." Ha! I'm playing that tonight. Yep.
Oh man, I can't wait. We inspired greatness tonight on Planet of the Tapes. Make sure you tune in. Channel 43. Salute to the God, LL Cool J. Thank you so much, sir.
The boss.
For allowing this all day, every day.
And we come on at midnight Eastern Standard Time.
So that's it'll be 11 o'clock my time. I'm definitely going to be tuning in.
Thank you, sir.
You spoke of your other DJ crew, which is, I mean, any turntablist, any DJ should know this imperial squad of turntablists. I remember you calling them the X-Men, if I remember it correctly, but
facts.
This team of iconic turntablists, man, is just, you can't be in the industry, whether you cut, scratch, whatever it is, and not know who these people are. You need to just lock your turntables up, give me your S9 mixer because you're not doing this. But how did the relationship start with you and the X-Men to what we know it as today, whether it's Execution to the X-Men, however you want to call it?
It's always going to be X-Men. Just to tell the story in a nutshell for the people that don't know,
right?
The only reason why the name changed from X-Men to Executioners, and then there was all types of rumors going around. Yeah, they don't fuck with each other. They got beef, and it ain't nothing like that. The name changed because we started making records. There's no way you could sign a record deal as the X-Men. That's a copyright infringement.
Right.
So the name had to change. Shout out to my brother Sean C., one of the original X-Men, who was also from the production team of Sean C. and LV. produced all that hot Jay-Z stuff, Rock Boys and all that, you know what I'm saying? Sean C, I believe he might have been an A&R at that point with Sony Records and Loud, whatever, you know, deal they had. Again, I was living in the Midwest, so there's a lot of things I couldn't participate on because I was doing other things, which we'll get into. But I think that the deal, the people that actually signed the deal, I believe was Sinister, Rob Swift, rest in peace to my little bro Rock Raider, and Total Eclipse.
The original members,
yeah. So they so they did the deal, you know, to put records out with Linkin Park and all of that other stuff. Again, I couldn't participate because I was doing other stuff, but we all was moving. Everybody was outside, you know, doing crazy. Scoop was making records. Oh, for those that don't know, rest in peace to my big bro, Fat Man Scoop. Fat Man Scoop was original X-Men. He was the only X-Men who wasn't a turntablist. He was our MC. So understand this. Fat Man Scoop, before he became the voice of the clubs, before he became the voice of a generation, he was our voice.
Wow.
Scoop was original X-Men. He was our voice.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so I say all that to say, you know, we was all moving in different places, but the only reason why the name changed was because of putting out records. And then at that point, it was like the Executioner name got bigger than the X-Men because they were making records with Linkin Park. You know, you know what I'm saying? It got commercialized. Yeah. So at that point, everything's like, oh, you down with the Executioners? I'm like, well, yeah, just leave it. You know, yeah. That's my family.
So you had nothing to do with the Built from Scratch album at all. Like you had no,
because I'm touring. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't around for a lot of stuff. I wish I was. Yo, it's so crazy that I'm even a part of that iconic battle with the X-Men versus the Scratch Pickles. Like I literally flew home the night before, and they were like, "Yo, we need you in the battle." I'm like, I don't know this routine. Y'all practice the route. We'll figure something out. Just cut your name. Diamond J will spin it. We'll figure something out. You know what I'm saying? So they threw me in the battle. And the one-on-one part, I wasn't worried about. Like at night, I would have went up against anybody one-on-one because that's what I do. But I didn't know how to be part of the team stuff without rehearsing with them. You know what I mean? But they threw me in anyway, and it worked.
For those that are just now tuned in, ladies and gentlemen, we have Diamond, the artist. If you all were just paying attention, he said the name that I could not say just a few moments ago. He said it, so we're
because it's on record,
right?
It's on the record.
But I'm not going to say it because I'm trying to respect this man. I'm not a turntablist to say the least. I'm just a party DJ. I really focus on my transitions and my blends and things of that nature. But you have a whole outrageous skill set. What was your early inspirations for learning how to do the things that you do? And we should ask this at the beginning. Who were some of your early influences and even influences of today?
As far as DJ,
as far as like turntablism, the tricks, the things like that, who were some of the people? Like let me who did I talk to? DJ Epps. I had him on the show. Salute to the brother DJ Epps who does the Saturday Night Ride.
That's my brother. Yeah,
he said some of his influences were Mixmaster Mike, of course, Jazzy Jeff, DJs of that nature. So who were some of your influences both then and now?
So my main influence as far as getting my turntable skills up, because I was just like you. I was just like Mel Starr. I was a party DJ. I was a party DJ that just happened to know how to scratch really dope. You know what I'm saying? But I never imagined myself being a battle DJ ever. That was never something that I didn't even know what a battle was. I just never, that thing never came across. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't on my radar. So as a kid, I was probably about maybe 12 when Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince performed live at Union Square.
Union Square.
And when I tell you, I almost stuck my head through the radio. I was like, what is this magical stuff that's going? What is this? I'm like, what is this?
Wow.
What is this? I need to know this. So I've shout out to Big Bro, the magnificent Jazzy Jeff. I've told him a million times, B, that day changed my life, and it changed damn near everybody's life.
Yeah,
literally, it changed everybody's life. Let me tell you something. After that, the next day, I went outside and I was was just standing on my steps. I just saw my neighbors and looking around, and everybody's kind of just looking at each other like, yo, did you hear what happened last night on the radio? Like, yo, I don't know how to take this, man. Like, are we under attack? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, everything, it got different. It was all grayish outside. Everything just got different. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And if you were a DJ at that moment in your life, you realized I got to do more. There's more to be done. You know what I'm saying? I thought good times. No, that's not enough.
No,
There's more. There's more. You know what I'm saying?
it's
So
not.
yeah, so salute to the magnificent Jazzy Jeff. He was one of my main inspirations. And before that, as a little kid, was Grandmaster Flash.
Oh.
And Grandmaster Flash made every DJ on this planet better. He made all of them get better. He made, and Jazzy Jeff was like the second coming of Flash.
Wow.
Because he made my generation, everyone get better. Like, oh damn, there's more. We could do more. That's what Grandmaster Flash did for DJing.
Wow.
All these dudes that was getting booked and all these big dudes and blah blah blah. Flash came in and was like, y'all just playing records. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Let me show you something. Flash made everybody step they ish up big time.
Yeah, that scene in Wild Style said it all, didn't it?
Thank you. In the kitchen, right? So Grandmaster Flash first and foremost, Jazzy Jeff for the elevation of the skills, Jam Master Jay for showing and teaching, and rest in peace to my big guy. And today is his born day.
Yeah.
Love that man. You know what I'm saying? He became a mentor to me as well. You know what I'm saying? He was a great dude. And I always thank Lydia for introducing me to him. Such a great man he was.
You know,
Jay, you know what, Jay, but don't lose your train of thought. Don't lose your train of thought. But Jay taught us that we could be the stars.
Yeah.
That we could be our own thing. Like we could be our own brand. Like it was Run DMC, but it was also JMJ.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was like, you gonna love them, but you're gonna love me too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he taught us how to be fly as fuck. Jay would come with the furs and the man. Yeah, to brush that man's shoulders. You know what I'm saying? He was a fly dude, man.
For those that don't know, Jay was the one who designed all the outfits for Run DMC. Everyone thought it was Run Indeed. No, it was JMJ who said leather and Shelto Adidas would work, and it worked to this very day. The thought I had, speaking about Jeff, because I was going to transition to that, but you beat me to it, is there's a great clip on YouTube with Jazzy Jeff and the late great DJ AM where he does the illest Peter Piper routine. And I don't think there's no one that could ever do it as good as Jeff can. There's great imitators, but there's only one originator. And I watched that video so many times just for the flawless execution of how he did it. And I can imagine him rehearsing that over and over and over. Even to this day, he probably rehearses it just to stay sharp. Segueing into that, when you rehearse when you do your, like the thing you did at Funk Master Flex, which was very incredible. I wish I could show more, but the LL Rock the Bells one was my favorite transition during that whole thing.
Thank you.
For those that don't know, how long do you practice to execute the way that you did perfectly in a week? If you had to get ready for a battle, how often do you rehearse and prepare for that 6 minute routine that you're going to have to do whenever you touch ground on any stage?
Well, brother, I am the worst person on planet Earth to ask that because I don't really practice.
Really?
And everywhere, I am the complete, may he rest in peace, I am the complete opposite of Rock Raider. Completely. Wow. And, if Rock Raider was here today, he would tell you that, he adopted his style from me. You know what I'm saying? But the difference is between me and him is Rock Raider was the most regimented DJ I've ever met in my entire life.
Wow.
Rock Raider could do a routine for you 100 times exactly the same way. If I do something in front of you, you lucky if you get the same thing twice. Because all of my battles, I was making stuff up as I went along.
Wow.
I've just always been like a freestyle dude like that. Like I never really had routines. I had outlines of what I would like to do, but I never really had like a set routine. And I think that's the thing that makes me so fun when I'm on stage, because y'all don't know what's gonna happen, because I don't know what the
I
fuck's
don't
gonna
even know
happen.
what's going to happen.
I
Wow.
don't know and this is why shout out to my brother, the one of the greatest of all time, the pioneer of beat juggling, DJ Steve D, original X-Men, who actually recruited me at the DMC battle. That's how I became one of the X-Men. So, and Steve D always said I was the most dangerous of the crew because I'm the most unorthodox. Because we don't know what's gonna happen with it. You never know what's gonna happen with me on stage.
Wow.
I'll try shit in front of 50,000 people. Like I that's my rehearsal. That's my practice, is when I have an arena full of people and I'm like, oh, y'all like that? Let me try that again. That was kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? How long I got? 45 more seconds. Well, I try it again. Let's, you know what I'm saying?
Unbelievable.
That was my whole thing.
Amen and amen. Big Bear is everywhere is commenting, and he said, tell him about the Brooklyn Bowl night. Explain
that's
that.
my brother. Shout out to Big Bears Everywhere TV, man. He's out there everywhere, man. Big Bears doing it big. Yeah, actually, that's another on the fly night. I ended up opening for Biz at Brooklyn Bowl. Had no concept or clue that was gonna happen, but I had just happened to have my stuff in the car. I think I had my laptop and whatever the case was.
Right.
And Biz was doing this thing. We was just going to hang with Biz, and Big Bear was also a great friend of Biz as well. He's part of the circle. So we was just going out, to hang. I was off that night. He was off. Let's go. I wasn't booked. And Biz was in town. We going to rock. And I don't know how something happened with my cuz, Cutmaster Cool V. I don't know. He was just late, and Cool V is like almost never late. So it could have been like traffic. Godzilla could have just, you know what I'm saying? It could have been, oh no, look, it's Godzilla. It could have been crazy. But I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. But Vaughn just ended up being late because Vaughn would set up business stuff and do the hosting while Biz was DJing. So Biz was like, yo, you got your stuff with you? I'm like, yeah. He's like, go get it out the car. I'm gonna need you to open for me. I'm like, really? Okay. This like opening for Big Bro. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. So yeah, so it was cool though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never opened for Biz or any of that. It was just I would go to his shows, he would come to my shows, and that's what it was. But that I actually got to open for him. That was pretty dope.
Before we talk about Planet of the Tapes, I just want to take you back to 1996. One of my favorite groups of all times is the Bush Babies.
Those are my guys, man. Those are my guys. Yeah.
The second album was called Gravity, and one of my favorite songs on the album was Wax. And if memory serves me correct, is that you on the intro before Wax starts? Is that you?
Absolutely? I am on the intro with them. Bush Babies.
I've successfully done my homework.
No. You've done your research, young man. You have done your research. Bush Babies, man. That's family to me, man. It's so dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Lee, Light, Khalil Mills, my guys. Because I was involved on that project, which they did the intro at the end, so they wanted me to get on it, like to do more cuts and something. But I kind of came in at the tail end. Yeah. But what I did get to witness was the introduction of Yasin Bey, aka Mos Def. I was there when he said, "Everybody groove to the music," and I'm like, "Yo, this guy is not a singer; he's a rapper, but the way he's singing." Yo, I don't know. He could have two types of careers. I was just brainstorming, and then all of a sudden he became Mos Def to the world. But I was there to witness it at its inception in the beginning. So that was dope. See how God works? That was so dope.
So where are the Bush Babies? I know we're here talking about you, and I got so many questions for you. But where are the Bush Babies now? And because their imprint on the world was so like they was native tongue-ish, but
very native tongue-ish. Yes. Yep.
And I'm gonna pause on this, but still
Brooklyn.
Pause.
Yeah. Right.
What are they doing now? Like I always check in on my legends that I grew up listening to as a kid in high school. Where are they now, and what are they doing?
Well, They definitely did a few shows recently. They
Okay.
reached out to me, you know what I'm saying, because they wanted me to DJ for them. But my tour schedule was crazy. I just couldn't do it. But if ever it works out, I would jump on stage with them in 2 seconds. Like I said,
Absolutely.
those are my guys. So they did some shows recently, and I don't know if a tour is gonna become of it. I hope it does, man, because their music is so dope.
Absolutely.
It's like this,
Absolutely.
y'all. It's like that, y'all. I represent for hip hop and not for rap. Come on,
Ooh,
man.
man, that was my
The real one things not run way. I mean, come on, man. Yo,
um
they incredible, man. They
I,
incredible.
I want to give Mr. Man his flowers, and then we're going to get on to the next part. I always thought his verse from 4 to 5 Live stood out as the best verse of that record.
Crazy. Yeah,
Man,
facts.
salute to
Facts.
Mr. Man, Babyface Chaos, what he was
Yep.
first known as, and
Yep.
Big Night, absolutely. We
And
talked
shout
about
out to his little brother Chad. Chad is nice too. You wouldn't know Chad, but Chad is nice, like right now, nice. Yep.
well, send me his info. I'd love to look him up
Yep.
as well. You spoke about Fat Man Scoop earlier, and rest in peace to the great Fat Man Scoop. But as we segue into the Planet of the Tapes, it'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the legend that is J.U. Ice,
Yes.
who just
Yes.
recently left us.
Rest in
As
peace.
a kid, I bought every single J.U. Ice mixtape, whether it was on tape or on
Mhm.
CD. And I think because I like doing blends and mashups now, he was the first person that taught me how to do this, even though I wasn't thinking about DJing back then because I wanted to be the next Big Daddy Kane
Right.
back in them days. But
Show you right.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Right.
But
Right.
what Juice did quietly too, because he really wasn't a loud guy. He just would come out quietly and just bang you over the head with 40 new blends that just his intros too, man. Good Lord have
Yeah.
mercy, man. How
Juice was a mixtape king for real. He really was. Yep.
How impactful was he to your career? And because of people like him, I guess this is how Planet of the Tapes came. But please speak on first his legend and how it influenced you, and then talk about Planet of the Tapes because that's one of my favorite shows on RTB, hands down.
Well, I would be lying if I said that Juice influenced me. I definitely heard some of his mixtapes, but I wasn't really a mixtape guy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't like my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like but I mean, like before a Juice, if anyone influenced me, it would be Kid Capri.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kid Capri is to me is the blueprint for how to rock a party, and this is why I rock parties the way I do because of Kid Capri.
Amen.
And if people say someone else, then hey, I guess you got someone else. But I believe that Kid Capri is the goose that laid the golden egg. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the egg is everything that he does, and he left us the egg. And so either you're gonna cook and fry up the egg, or you just gonna go in another direction. But that man to me is the blueprint, hands down. But Juice was dope. Don't get me wrong. Like Juice, I mean, you couldn't go to a bootlegger and not pick up a Juice CD or a Juice a cassette.
Right.
So he was that guy. But as far as Planet of the Tapes, it goes way deeper than mixtapes. Planet of the Tapes focused on the focal point of Planet of the Tapes is hip hop before it was really commercialized hip hop. So, shout out my partner Geechee Dan. Geechee Dan has over 1,200 tapes in his collection.
Wow.
And this isn't DJ mixtapes. Some of the stuff is radio stuff, like vintage radio stuff, like Mr. Magic shows and early Red Alert shows and WBAI before Red Alert was even on radio. And, he has stuff like that.
Right.
But a lot of it is live performances like park jams, performances when rappers were getting booked to perform in clubs and they didn't even have records out, but they were packing the clubs. Like people were coming to see them just now. Like now, if you get like a dope rapper or you get a dope little live band, how they can pack out a club with 1,000 people that come to see him. That's what the original rappers was doing. That's what Grandmaster Caz and the Cold Crush, the Force MCs before they were the Force MDs. You know what I'm saying? Like the Jazzy Five, the Fantastic Five, the Furious Four before it was the Furious Five. They was all rocking live. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of the stuff that we you know what I'm saying, focus on, and we play in between the, the songs. And then, we do theme stuff. Like I said, this whole month is the month of the Players Plimp. So we do theme stuff. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of fun, man. Planet of the Tapes is a fun show.
It is really a fun show, man. If you have not checked out this show, please, by all means, check it out. If you're a mixtape purist, this is definitely the show for you. If Geechee Dan were here right now, what do you think he would say is his best mixtape in his collection, and why?
Oh man, that's so hard, man.
I'll tell you mine after you tell me his, and I would like to know yours as well.
Damn, he probably just told me this too, and I can't remember right now, and I don't want to throw my man under the bus. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh man, what? Nope, I can't answer it. I can't answer on Geechee's behalf. I can't do it because he's got so many tapes. He'd be like, Diamond, why'd you say that one? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that. So I can't do it. I can't do it. Me?
How about you? What's one of your personal favorites? Just as a fan, what's one of your favorites?
One of my one of my personal favorites. I just actually mentioned this in the comments of somebody's post on Instagram. I can't remember what it is, but oh no, it was on it was on Sway in the Morning thread after because Redman joined him. I think Redman joins him every Friday now. Like he's like, you know what I'm saying? And
oh really?
Yep. So Redman is kind of part of the Sway in the Morning crew now. So shout out to Sway and Heather B and everybody over there. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Redman mentioned one of my favorite tapes, which was him and Biz freestyling in Monticello Park, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that Biz actually took Redman around. Biz was taking Redman all around through the boroughs of New York to battle other rappers. So Biz kind of like solidified Redman, but this Redman had already made the records with EPMD and blah blah blah. But Biz is the one who took him around so everyone was like, Red earned his stripes, because of Biz. You know what I'm saying? He earned the stripes because of his own lyrical skill, but it was Biz that, you know what I'm saying, said, okay, now we're gonna go here. We're gonna go to Queens now. Now we're gonna go to Brooklyn. I got some Staten Island people. We're gonna go to Staten Island, you know what I'm saying? And everywhere he went, Red was eating MCs alive. Wow. Everybody's like, yo, this Redman dude he's something else. So Biz helped him get the street respect like on lock. So once he came out with records, everybody was just running to go get him. And then, the virus spreads from within and it spreads out to the rest of America.
Wow.
So him and Biz freestyling together in Monticello Park is one of my personal favorite tapes.
Oh, before I say mine, Biz we all know Redman. For those who know, Redman is from Jersey and Biz is obviously from New York. Yep. So when Biz would take Redman around New York as a Jersey MC, was there any like friction? Because Jersey, there was time Jersey and New York did not get along.
No. There was a couple places that they was like, yo, you get him out of here. Like it might turn into blows. Like he was annihilating MCs, like embarrassing them, like how I did on the turntables with there's DJs that don't talk to me to this day. Wow. From things that I did in battles. Because remember, I'm making it up as I go. Right. And I don't talk about it much, man, but I'm one of them ADD dudes, man. So, the ADD thing, it messes with you. So I can't think long, but so that whole 6-minute DMC theatrical routine thing, that was never really my thing. But in a 60-second or 90-second one-on-one battle, where I don't have to think about it, I annihilated everybody. I've never been beaten in a one-on-one battle ever.
Wow.
Ever. I was like Bruce Lee. I'll kill any man in 60 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. Like because I don't have to think about it. I just do. You know what I'm saying? But 6 minutes, I'm like, I got 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. Like what? Oh man, this is long. You know what I'm saying? But short, quick punches. Oh man, I was the guy for that. So
I'm there for that all day, every day. I don't know if you guys ever talked about this mixtape on the show, but Tony Touch's 50 MCs.
Oh come on, man, Tony Toker, that's my guy. First of all, 50 MCs is crazy.
Heather B set that whole thing off. I was just like, man, that was my favorite one. So salute to Tony Toka all day, every day.
Crazy.
So Jam Master Jay, huge imprint on your career and the career of basically every single DJ that walks the earth, whether you speak English or not. When he passed, and the way that he passed still really has me shook to this core, because it really made me evaluate who I keep in my circle after that. What did you take away from everything that Jam Master Jay taught you, whether he's in front of you or not, that you still resonate with and carry to this day?
Command the stage. When I'm on stage, everybody knows I'm on stage, whether they know my name or not, because my name is always in lights now, but my name was not always in lights. But I always left an impact when I left that stage, and I was always the most talked about when I left that stage. Always, without a shadow of a doubt.
Amen and amen. I mean, can't say it any better than that.
Yeah.
Final question I want to ask before you promote everything that you're doing and tell everyone what you got coming out in 2025, whether it's shows wise or anything. All these MCs you hung out with and really got to just be around really crafted you as an actual MC. And I don't know if people know this now, but you actually released a record.
Okay, well, let me clarify that.
Yes, please.
I technically didn't release a record yet. I've never released a record technically.
Okay. But
however, I did do some shit to get something off of my chest.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it was a shout to Shock B, who's the director. He was like, dude, this record is incredible. We got to shoot a video. I'm like, I didn't make it for that. I'm not here for that. I'm concerned about our culture, and I'm concerned about our craft. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't like, I still don't like a lot of what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? Like the talk that's out there. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get something off of my chest. So I did make this record called Respect the DJ. Yeah. And we did shoot a video for it. And since the video was shot and it was against what I really wanted to do, I didn't want to do it, but I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to do it, you know, because everyone was like, come on, shoot this video. So I did the video and I just put it on YouTube. So it lives on YouTube, but I never officially released it. It's not on any DSP. You won't find it on Tidal, Spotify, or Apple Music, or any of those other joints. Well, you shouldn't, because if it's anywhere up there, I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I mean, they had bootleggers back when Juice was making mixtapes, so maybe there's digital bootleggers now. I don't know, but I only put it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And I made that record because, again, I'm so hip hop. When it comes to hip hop culture, I want to preserve it. And this is why I proudly work for LL Cool J, because that man is so hip hop. Yeah. And he wants to preserve it, the integrity of it. Yeah. This man's worth like $100 million, maybe more. I don't know. He don't got to do nothing for nobody. No. But yet he has a platform to where his heroes can work. And you know what I'm saying, and have something, you know what I mean, like, yeah, you don't got to do none of that. You know what I'm saying, like, and that's the besides the fact that I loved him since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying, his music, crazy, Rock the Bells. I won battles with that record. His whole style, forget all of that. I have a newfound respect for this man, like a newfound. Like before, I just respected him as an artist icon. Damn, that dude is dope. Yeah. But now I'm like, damn, this person is dope. This human being is dope. Yeah. That's a whole different level of respect. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And that's being for the culture. So I made the Respect the DJ record because I felt that we were being heavily disrespected. You know, when you got Paris Hilton making $1 million a night and she can't DJ, I'm like, come on, man, this has got to stop. This fuckery, for lack of a better term, has to stop. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I just didn't want us looked at as a novelty. So I made the record just to get some things off of my chest. And if you listen to the bars in the record, there's bars in the record.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Your boy has bars. Now, the disclaimer is, yes, I am releasing a project this year in 2025. Don't expect anything to sound like Respect the DJ. I'm just letting y'all know now.
mm-hmm.
I'm a party dude. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like when I got signed 3 times to major record labels, and every time I got signed, I was compared to like Lost Boys, like hood dudes that made dope party music.
Right.
That's what I make. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I make music to make people dance because as a DJ, I know how to make people dance. So it's just normal for me to make radio friendly, you know, big sounding records. Respect the DJ is not a big sounding record. I made that record sound like I produced it in 1992.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I turned everything, I made everything gritty. I made you know what I'm saying? I gave it that type of energy.
But it was dope though. It was dope though.
Everybody loves it. Everybody, but that's why I make that disclaimer. I'm like, I don't even know if I can create that again, to be honest with you. Because that was all emotion.
Right.
I'm making records now because I want to see some titties wiggling and you know some booties. You know what I'm saying? I'm making them type of records. I want somebody. I'm making records. I want people to go to the bar and be like, "Yo, this record is hot. Yo, order me like 5 more bottles." You know what I'm saying? I'm making them type of records. But
so what can you? So you're talking about Paris Hilton, and I'm sure you've seen this reel when it appeared. Alicia Keys. I don't know if this was her or if this was.
I think
AI.
I'm pretty sure it had to be AI only because like this. First and foremost, her husband is a DJ.
A DJ. That's why I was like, wait a minute, this can't be real.
Swizz is a DJ. He can actually DJ. You know what I'm saying? And besides being a dope producer.
Right.
Second of all, she is a master of her craft.
Absolutely.
You put her on a piano, she is incredible.
Yeah.
If I went to Carnegie Hall and I put on a tux with the tails and the top hat, don't get me wrong, your boy still got hair. No, take a look. I'll let your boy. Flat top. I'm still hip hop, flat top. You know what I'm saying? But I put on the top hat and I sit at the piano, which is a player piano, and I press play and I'm acting like I'm going through do 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 do. If Alicia Keys was in the audience, she would excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. She'd make her way to the stage and she slapped me the fuck off of that chair for disrespecting her craft. So I know that she did not say that. I'm positive that wasn't her.
Okay.
AI is gonna get a lot of people in trouble, man.
Yeah, definitely, because a lot of people were coming for her neck big time, thinking that was actually her.
That wasn't her. Yep.
So two final questions before we wrap this up. What can we expect from the album you are coming out with? What can we expect from it?
Okay, first of all, I'm not gonna call it an album because I'm different and I'm a weirdo.
Project. Let's call it a project.
It's a project. The name of the project is called JMS. I'm big on abbreviations now. So DTA presents JMS, and DTA stands for Diamond the Artist, right? And JMS stands for Just My Songs.
Nice. Simple. The
reason behind that is because I'm the type of fellow that I'll wake up one morning and I'll hate the atrocities that's happening to my people, and I'll make a very prolific song. You know what I'm saying? Trying to just talk about the evils that are done to my people and society. And then the next day I might wake up just feeling refreshed, and I might make a record strictly about God. And the next day I might be feeling sexual, so I might make a record about smashing. So I don't want people to dig too deep into, you know what I'm saying, into the, you know, it's just me. It's me being an artist, and it's the coolest thing is I'm not signed to a label. So see, labels, if something works, they immediately want you to make 5 more things that sound like whatever worked. So it doesn't let the artist be artists. You know what I'm saying? I'm creating art. We're all creating art, but I'm not creating art on your timeline. You know what I'm saying? I'm just creating the art that comes naturally. Whatever God gives me, I'm creating. Right now, I have 72 song concepts that God gave me. They're not all produced. Almost none of them are produced, actually. I'm just going as I go. But God has just given me all of these amazing ideas.
Nice.
And I'm like, all right, it's time for me to actually put out a project, like an actual release with IRC codes and all of that stuff. So that's gonna happen in 2025. And expect the unexpected.
Amen.
I'm gonna come with some sounds that nobody got.
Man, well, I can't wait to hear it. I already know it's going to be amazing. Final question. Over the last 20 years, we've lost so many, and I'll say it like hip hop would be better if Dave were still here to give us more.
Facts.
Which, and I hate saying which that impacted you the most because you really missed that person, but out of everyone that we've lost, which one really touched you here and why?
In hip hop. Biz.
Yeah.
It still would be Biz for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and and all it's everybody. But and also recently, rest in peace to Clark.
Yeah.
Clark Kent was he was another one. Like he cared, man. He gave a fuck about all of us. Yeah. He really did. Like you don't get too much of that anymore. And I think this is why people rock with me, because they realize that I'm not yes,
not a follower.
I make the bag. I really do make the bag now. But I didn't get in this to make the bag. And this is what I try to teach kids. I'm like, perfect your skill set and the bag will come with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't do this like today's music and today's society, it's all about the bag. It's man, if I rap, man, I can get me some money. I'm having monies now. I get monies and more monies. Okay, that's cool. But are your records gonna last more than a few years? Is the songs gonna resonate? Are the songs gonna grow with your audience? Are you gonna grow with your audience?
Right.
There's a big disconnect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. A lot of them are making incredible right now money. I hope you keep it. I hope you invest it. I hope you do the right things with it.
Yeah.
Because there's so many artists that was popping in 2022 that you don't hear now.
Nope.
You don't even know where they are.
Nope.
And that didn't happen back in the days. If you was popping in 91, you at least usually made it till 2001. You usually had a good 10-year run or more. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a 1 year, year and a half run. Unless you figure it out like a Drake or Kendrick or someone on that level that can make the different styles of music like that. You know what I mean? But if you got one mumble under your belt, I'm sorry. And now, ladies and gentlemen, MC One Mumble.
Oh my goodness!
My bad.
One mumble under you. Vanilla Ice. It's funny. I'll segue with this, and then if we can get you to do a quick routine, if you have time, that'd be great. Vanilla Ice, when Ice Ice Baby made it big, he didn't really put it out there, but this man was quietly doing real estate in Miami behind the scenes, and he turned this little vision of his into a 9-season show where he has a flipping and moving and rental company, a short-term rental company, which became big. And he invests his money doing that. He never has to rap again because he owns properties all throughout Miami. Like, we're talking thousands of properties that he buys, flips, and then resells. And he did all that off of one single because he knew rap wasn't going to last forever. And he took that money and really turned it into something where he can live comfortably and live in any home he wants.
Rob is a smart guy.
Yeah, he really was. And he gets a lot of flack. I'm like, dude, that was genius. He took his one hit single that he knew he would only have one hit, and he turned it into a multi-million-dollar company that got to be on TV for 9 seasons. And he's probably still doing it now, even though he's not on air anymore.
And don't get me wrong. Like, he's a beast on stage, because I'm actually, there's so much, like, you need a 10-hour interview to find out all the stuff I do. But I'm also one of the hosts of the I Love the 90s tour. So I was on that tour and I hosted a bunch of joints, and the artists I'm bringing out like Rob Bass, I'm bringing out Color Me Bad, I'm bringing out Tone Loc, you know, I'm
Wow.
bringing out Young MC, and I'm bringing out the headliner, who is
Vanilla
Rob
Ice?
Bass.
Oh,
I'm not Rob Bass. I'm sorry, Vanilla Ice.
right.
Vanilla's name is Rob, so that's why Rob was in my head. But
Right.
I'm
Got
bringing out Vanilla Ice, and who's he bringing out? The Ninja Turtles, and yeah, you know, his show was bananas, B, like bananas.
Yeah, man.
And let's just so you know that this show is selling out arenas.
Yeah, it was.
People's no, it still is. That's what I'm saying. It's still selling out arenas.
Well, y'all don't come to Kansas City. Y'all need to come here so I can see it. I need that.
We definitely do.
Please do. Do you want to close out with a quick routine? Do you have time? You want to pay homage to Jam Master Jay? I know that.
You know, I would have to go grab my hard drive for that. I forgot. I set it up so I could sound good.
Okay.
You know, so I wasn't sounding like, you know, we was like, you know, hey dude, you okay? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I literally have to get my hard drive because there's like no real music on this. I think I might. Do I have any scratch downs on this? I don't even know. Hold on. Yeah, is it anything? There's nothing.
Okay, it's all good. No worries. So let's just close out. Let them know how they can find you on social media. Promote Planet Other Tapes. Floor is yours, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm up here looking for. What'd you say?
I just was like, all right. Let them know how they can find you on social media. Your IG has been showing here the whole episode.
Yeah.
This is your time to promote yourself. Go for it.
Well, all of my social media is the name you see on the screen at DTA Experience. That's everything. That's YouTube, Snap. I don't know, IG, X, TikTok as well, because TikTok's back.
Amen. Because
of fake news. I'm saying TikTok is back. Good job, Don. Good job. All right. yeah, appreciate that. So yeah, just tap in with me on all of my social media and keep up with me because I got a lot of things going on. Of course, tonight I'm gonna be heading up to Sirius XM in a little bit, and we're gonna rock live on Planet of the Tapes on Rock the Bells Radio, which is channel 43 on the Sirius XM network Tuesday nights at midnight. We also re-air if you miss us tonight, if it's up too late. We re-air early in the morning on Saturday mornings at 5 a.m., Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., and Sunday night at 11 p.m., all Eastern Standard Time hours. So that's how you can check out Planet of the Tapes. And I'm also on various FM stations around the country. I'm on WXTX in Indiana. I'm on 107.9 in North Carolina. Do mixes for Party 105, 105.3 in New York, right here in Long Island. And I'm also each and every Saturday in the afternoons, I'm on OG 979 in Atlanta, all FM stations. So if you're not in those areas, you can always, obviously with technology, just always download whatever app for whatever station I'm on, and you can rock with your boy because I am a mix show beast. That is a fact.
That is a true fact. Absolutely. Well,
and we didn't even talk about Beyonce and Prince. That's awesome that we had an interview and I didn't have to talk about them. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? No, because that's usually like the first thing that people go for. They're like, oh my God, MTV making a band, Beyonce, Prince. But you talked about the real meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Like the real hip hop shit. I like that. That's dope.
I didn't really want to talk about making the band for obvious reasons. And
right. Take that.
One, yeah. See, he did it. He did that. Wasn't me.
Oh no, it's the baby all right.
I really wanted to talk about stuff that you don't, that DTA doesn't really talk about, like the Bush babies. Like I'm sure you don't get that question hardly ever.
And that's why, family, I loved this interview, brother. You are on point.
Thank you.
So if anybody wants to do an interview with my boy Daz One, listen, you are on point.
I will take that cosign. And can I get a drop from you sometime whenever you get a chance?
Of course.
That would be awesome.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie. I did try to send a mix to LL Cool J to get on Rock the Bells. I guess he didn't like it because I never heard from anybody. But I'll keep trying again, and maybe one day I'll get on there too.
I've been trying to send a mix to LL for like a year, and he ain't never get back to me yet. So thank God I got the one show I got on Rock the Bells. He's a busy guy, man. He's definitely a busy dude, man. But one thing about L is he's a specific guy.
Yeah.
And like he wants what he wants.
Right.
So he wanted someone to do a real tape show authentically. And that just happened to be me and Geach. And now that we're on, he loves us. And we've been on for almost 3 years. And hopefully we'll be there for a whole long time, sir.
Oh, you definitely gonna be there for a long time because there's so many great mixtapes that came out over the many years that can just, man, it's just an incredible show, and I'm so glad it's there. So kudos to you and Geechee Dan for doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Diamond the Artist.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so I just had to give you like the London version of that.
This guy, man.
I'm crazy with it, man. I'm on the fly, man.
You know what I really like about you is just, and a lot of the artists that I get to meet is like you enjoy what it is you're doing. You're having fun.
Yeah,
you're not doing it because you're trying to fulfill a quota or you have to do it to keep the lights on. Like you really enjoy what it is you do, and that's why I've created this podcast. When I say we're creatives and culture meet, I ain't making no money off doing this. I should be. That's lack of my marketing ability to try to get out there. But I truly love doing this because how many podcasts are we going to see where people are spilling the tea and who has beef with who? And I don't want to do none of that. I really want to give legends and creatives their flowers for doing something impactful for our culture. I mean, that's the simple premise. So because of people like you and Master Ace and Speech and Brother Jay and so many other great legends that I've had the pleasure of vibing with, that's the reason why I'm doing this, man. So thank you so much for being a credible, creative person who brings out dope content to the masses.
I want to thank you first of all. Give you a one-time round of applause for just being dope. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And appreciating the culture and trying to keep pushing the culture forward. And that's all we can do as being the dope individuals that we are. So one time for my brother, Daz Warren.
Thank you, yes, sir. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is DTA, Diamond the Artist, Planet of the Tapes, later on tonight, 11 o'clock Central Time, 12 a.m. East Coast time, and wherever you are on the West Coast, whatever time that is.
9 p.m. on the West Coast. Yep.
There you go. 9 p.m. Thank you, brother. This has been another great interview, and I totally thank you for spending time. Tell Geechee Dan, salute to that brother as well. Maybe we can get him on here so we can hear his story. That'd be dope.
Absolutely. I'd like for him to tell you his favorite tape from his point of view. But actually, there's one more tape I'm going to tell you about really quick because I know we got to go.
No, go ahead.
The Force MCs, before they were the Force MDs, the singing group, when they were the Force MCs, they were one of the, I don't think they were the first to harmonize, but they really nailed it. They were one of the first to really nail it and do it properly. That's why they became a singing group, because they were so dope at harmonizing while they was rapping. But there's this one tape of them that I think changed my life, and Biz let me hear it when I was probably like 9.5 years old. I mean, it's the tape when they got a routine called "We Are Called the Force MCs" with DJ Dr. Rock. Da, da. But they did something that nobody else did. They chopped it up while they were harmonizing. So it went, "We call the Force MCs with it DJ Dr. Rock," and they was harmonizing the whole way. And to me, that changed the game entirely. So that actually is my all-time favorite tape. And then the Biz and Redman is my second all-time favorite. So I just had to clarify that real quick, because that joint changed my life. That was like live in Union Square, but with rappers. That was crazy, right?
That's incredible, man. Is there anywhere we could hear that? Do you have it, or can it be found anywhere, or is that just hard?
Oh man, I would have to go get the hard drive. I have it, but
of course you have it. Of course,
I would have to get the hard drive. Only thing I have on this hard drive is scratch downs. That's it.
And even that's dope in itself. Amazing, bro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. This right here is the one and only Diamond the Artist. Give this man a round of applause. Yes, indeed. Yes.
Thank you for having me, brother. I appreciate you.
Rap Sheet Podcast, Season 5, Episode 2, Diamond the Artist is officially in the books. This is on YouTube for your listening pleasure. Play this interview back, share it to your friends, and all that. I got a hoodie coming your way. that I've designed for my clothing line myself. And
I don't. You know what? Quick question. I'm only seeing on the screen. I see a little bit of us and a lot of like the turntable. Can people see more of us, or what I'm seeing is what they see?
I'm gonna fix it up where they'll see more of us. This is just the background, and I should have got rid of it, but I didn't want an all black background.
No, can you see my hoodie or no?
No, I cannot. But wait, let me switch it up.
Let me move the camera down a little bit. I want to shout out my peoples over at I Move Different for always lacing your boys up. The young lady that owns this brand, her name is Visionary. She's super, super dope. So I just wanted to give her that, you know what I mean?
Oh man, I actually
and then
like
on
what
the hat. Yep. And then on the hat, I got to shout out my brother DJ Tiger down in Atlanta. The real DJs matter.
Amen. Amen.
You know what I mean?
Well, so, the hoodie you're gonna get is gonna say this on it.
Cue the track transition and repeat. Come on, man. You got to send that now.
Yeah,
I need that right now.
I definitely will send that to you. Yep. I already have it. I got
you. Real DJ fire.
That's why I was asking what the size was.
Hold on, we need a horn. Hard. I love it.
I may even make the matching hat for it too. I may even do that. Shoot.
You should. Dope,
I will.
Man. Dope,
thank you.
Man.
Diamond the Artist, thank you.
That's one.
All
Big
right,
up,
man. Let me end this stream real quick. God bless y'all.
All right.
Good night.
Thanks for everyone who tuned in. Peace.
Man. All right.